Have you ever wondered why, in 2025, some U.S. states are closing their doors to Cambodian refugees fleeing hardship back home? It's a heartbreaking story of families torn apart by tough immigration rules under the new federal bans. In this video, we'll count down the top 10 states refusing to take them, from number 10 to 1, sharing why it's happening and what it means for these brave people. Stick around till the end for the biggest surprise. If this touches you, smash that like button, subscribe for more real stories, and drop your thoughts in the comments. What would you do in their shoes? Let's get started. Kicking off our countdown at number 10 is Oregon, a beautiful state with green forests and rainy days. But it's saying no to new Cambodian refugees this year. Oregon has a small but tight-knit Cambodian community, mostly in Portland, where families run noodle shops and work in tech. Back in the 1980s, many came as kids after the Khmer Rouge horrors, building new lives here. But in 2025, with the National Refugee Program paused and local leaders worried about housing shortages, Oregon's officials decided not to push for more arrivals. They cite budget strains and focus on helping locals first. This means no new homes for families escaping poverty in Cambodia. Imagine a mom with 2 kids dreaming of safe schools but stuck waiting. It's sad, but groups like the Asian Pacific American Network are fighting back with petitions. Oregon's choice shows how state rules mix with big federal changes, leaving refugees in limbo. Will it change? Only time will tell, but for now, it's a tough no. At number 9, we have Utah, home to snowy mountains and kind folks in Salt Lake City. Utah's Cambodian group is growing, with temples and markets full of fresh fruits from home. Many arrived in the 1990s, working hard in farms and factories, sending money back to relatives. But 2025 brings bad news. Utah refuses new Cambodian refugees amid the travel ban expansion that hits Asia hard. State lawmakers say resources are tight for schools and healthcare, so they're not welcoming more. Picture a young dad who fled floods in Cambodia, hoping for a fresh start. But now he's turned away at the border. Local charities help with food drives, but it's not enough. This decision hurts families who could add to Utah's diverse spirit. Activists rally at the Capitol, sharing stories of past successes. Utah's mix of faith groups usually helps immigrants, but politics won this round. It's a reminder that even welcoming places can close up when times get hard. Sliding into number 8 is tiny Rhode Island with its cozy beaches and big-hearted people in Providence. This state has a proud Cambodian history, over 10,000 live here, running jewelry stores and fishing boats. They came after the Vietnam War, survivors of bombings and loss, finding community in tight neighborhoods. Yet in 2025, Rhode Island joins the refusal list because of federal orders halting refugee flights and state fears of overwhelming small-town services. Officials worry about job competition and crowded classrooms. Think of a grandma teaching Khmer dances to grandkids, but no room for new cousins from Cambodia. It's painful. Community centers offer English classes, but without new arrivals, traditions fade a bit. Protests fill the streets with signs saying, "Refugees welcome." Rhode Island's progressive side clashes with practical worries, making this a hard call. Stories from elders remind us how these families rebuilt after tragedy. Hopefully compassion wins soon, but for now, the door stays shut. Number 7 takes us to bustling New York, the city that never sleeps, full of skyscrapers and dreams in places like Queens. New York's Cambodian community thrives with pagodas and street food stalls, over 20,000 strong. They escaped genocide in the 1970s, arriving as teens to hustle in garment factories and now own businesses. But 2025's refugee freeze hits hard. New York refuses new Cambodian entries due to sky-high living costs and subway crowds. Leaders say they can't house more without federal help. Envision a family of 4, packing bags in Cambodia for America's promise, only to hear no from the Big Apple. Heartbreaking. Aid groups distribute blankets, but it's temporary. Rallies in Times Square chant for change, highlighting past waves of immigrants. New York's melting pot feels colder this year, torn between history and headlines. These refusals echo bigger debates on who belongs. Stay tuned, bigger states ahead. Halfway through at number 6 is Pennsylvania, with its rolling hills and Philly cheesesteaks in Philadelphia. Pennsylvania's Cambodians, around 15,000, gather in Lowell-like spots, celebrating Khmer New Year with dances and rice cakes. Many landed here in the 80s, healing from war scars while studying and starting families. Sadly, in 2025, the state refuses Cambodian refugees as part of the nationwide halt, blaming strained welfare systems and job losses in Rust Belt towns. Imagine siblings separated, one safe in Pennsylvania, the other stuck in danger abroad. It's unfair. Local temples host prayer vigils, and lawyers fight cases pro bono. Pennsylvania's blue-collar roots make folks empathetic, yet fear of change wins out. News stories share tales of successful refugees, pushing for reversal. This refusal tests the state's City of Brotherly Love motto. Communities bond tighter, but the wait for newcomers drags on. What's next? Keep watching. At the midpoint, number 5 is chilly Minnesota, land of lakes and hot dish in the Twin Cities. Minnesota boasts a vibrant Cambodian scene, with markets selling prahok and youth groups teaching history. Over 12,000 call it home, arriving post-Khmer Rouge to farm and teach. But 2025 sees Minnesota refusing new refugees amid the ban, citing winter hardships and school overloads. State reps argue for protecting current residents first. Picture a boy who lost his village to storms, eyeing Minnesota's warmth, but facing rejection. Tough stuff. Somali and Hmong allies join protests at the Capitol, waving flags. Minnesota's Minnesota Nice shines in food banks, but policy stays firm. Personal stories in newspapers tug heartstrings, like a dad's long journey. This choice highlights tensions in a welcoming state. Refugee numbers drop to 0 here, sparking debates. Exciting countdown continues. Number 4 shines on rainy Washington with Seattle's coffee and evergreen trees. Washington's Cambodian families, about 25,000, flourish in Tukwila with festivals and silk weaving. They fled 1970s chaos, now thriving as nurses and artists. Yet in 2025, Washington refuses Cambodian refugees due to the federal suspension and local eco-concerns like wildfire aid needs. Officials fear stretching thin on green jobs. Think of a widow weaving dreams of reunion, dashed by paperwork walls. So unfair. Buddhist centers offer solace, and apps connect families abroad. Washington's tech crowd petitions online, gaining thousands of signatures. The state's progressive vibe clashes with caution, making this refusal sting. Media spotlights success stories, like refugee-owned cafes. It shows how global events ripple to rainy shores. Communities grow stronger, sharing meals and memories. Almost to the top, don't miss it. Bronco number 3 is vast Texas, with cowboys and barbecues in Houston and Dallas. Texas has a huge Cambodian hub, over 30,000, grilling sauté and driving trucks. Survivors of the 1975 fall, they built empires from scratch. But 2025's tough. Texas refuses new refugees under strict border laws and budget crunches from storms. Leaders prioritize locals amid oil dips. Envision a teen gamer in Cambodia, idolizing Texas freedom, blocked cold, heart-wrenching. Churches host drives, and rappers drop awareness tracks. Texas's bold spirit fuels border vigils, demanding fairness. The Lone Star State's mix of cultures feels divided. Reports detail past integrations, urging openness. This refusal amplifies national divides, but hope flickers in community bonds. Texas-sized impact indeed. 2 more to go. Get ready. Penultimate at number 2 is historic Massachusetts, with fall leaves and Boston baked beans. Massachusetts's Cambodians, nearly 40,000 in Lowell, run mills turned markets, honoring ancestors. They escaped killing fields, now doctors and moms. In 2025, though, Massachusetts refuses amid the ban, worried about harbor costs and Ivy League spots. Politicos say focus inward. Picture artists fleeing censorship, craving Boston's freedom, met with silence. Devastating. Synagogues and mosques ally for fundraisers, lighting candles. Massachusetts's education pride pushes school campaigns for kids. The Bay State's revolutionary past mocks this caution. Op-eds plead with tales of grit. Refusals here echo colonial welcomes turned away. Families video call across oceans, keeping ties alive. So close to number 1, the biggest refusal awaits. And the top spot, number 1, goes to sunny California, with beaches and Hollywood dreams from LA to San Jose. California tops the list with over 100,000 Cambodians, temples buzzing with chants and pho spots everywhere. They arrived in waves after 1975 genocide, rising as entrepreneurs and stars. But in 2025, California leads in refusals, hit hardest by the refugee pause, sanctuary strains, and wildfire budgets. Despite progressive talk, officials halt new intakes to manage homelessness. Imagine Hollywood hopefuls from Cambodia, stars in eyes, facing Golden Gate locks. Pure tragedy. Long beach marches fill streets, celebs tweet support. California's diversity weeps, past waves built Silicon Valley. News dives into elder wisdom, calling for U-turns. This giant refusal shakes the nation, testing land of opportunity. Communities feast together, resilient as ever. Wow, what a list. Thanks for watching this eye-opening countdown on states refusing Cambodian refugees in 2025. Your views mean the world. Hit like if it moved you, subscribe for more, and comment your take below. Together, we can spread awareness. See you next time. Stay kind.